All right, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is not fishing. I'm sorry if you're looking for fishing. This is not a fishing video. Road behind me. Just got off the road so I could do this video. Scouting some public land. I have about 7 or 8 cameras out in public land all over Ohio, south, north, everywhere. I'm all over the place trying to find that buck. So come along, about to walk up this trail here, up this ridge line. This is promising right now. There's a bunch of ag fields on the back on that side. Away from where I'm walking into. It's private property. So we got a little bit of a walk, probably a mile and a half, depending on the terrain. Let's see what happens. All right, everyone, this is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm at the, sorry about that glare, step over here. I'm at the property boundary line right here, which is actually marked with the power lines. I don't know if you can see the power lines or not, but we're actually on the power line, and that's where the property boundary is too. Cool thing is, on that side, back there where all the sun is, there's a big crop field back there. Now, I drove by it on the other side, big bean field, I'm talking massive. Back here, it's like a CRP field that I walked by just now. Wasn't really nothing to show you, so I didn't show anything. And then on this side is hardwoods. So we're getting a lot of oaks back in here, and that means there's food here, food there, there's food everywhere for the deer. I've already found one pretty solid trail, but I'm sure I'm not the first person to find it. So I'm gonna keep walking and just scout the area. It's like a ridge top out here. The ridge top goes this way, and then there's a little creek channel here. It's a dry creek channel, but it's a creek channel, and then a ridge top over there. So I'm just gonna kind of hit these areas, see if I can find their bedding, see if I can find their trails, just see what I can find. But just wanted to paint you a picture of kind of what I'm looking at here. The way the line works, right here's the fence line. There's actually a fence in these tree lines. You can't really see it because of the junk on top of it, but you see the massive bean field here. I mean, just absolutely massive, and I'm not even showing you all of it. It goes back in there a long ways. But this is the property boundary on this tree line. And the field line, the tree line, whatever you want to call it here, is the spot to be. A couple trees right here where it'd be a good opportunity to put a scrape. Really in this corner where I'm kind of working my way to is a better spot for the scrape. But the problem with this is if a deer comes in here, they're going to be walking on that field line, and I need to be where they're coming from the public onto this field, or vice versa. If they're walking on that side, I can't shoot at it. It's private property. So that's kind of the purpose of scouting. My whole job right now is to figure out what deer are coming into these fields to eat, and where do they go, or where do they come from. So let's keep looking around. Here's a picture of where I am. Unfortunately, if you can see, there's a red pole right there marking the boundary, which is pretty accurate with the map I'm following on my OnX maps. I'd like to be over there. That's the ideal spot, but you know what? It's private property. It's fine. Could go door knocking, but for now I don't have permission, so I'm not even gonna go over there. Back that direction, walked in from that way, walked from that direction to where I am now. And over there, I jumped 2, maybe 3 bucks, but for sure 2 of them. One of them looked decent, looked wide, but didn't look super massive. Didn't get the best of the look on them. And kind of in this spot here, got a bottom right here, another ridge over there. But this ridge right here has a defined trail walking through here. And there's just acorns and everything around here. So one thing to keep in mind, when those crop fields are gone, back that way, when they're gone, deer have to eat something. It's good to find places like this because A, they're going to be traveling through here. B, they need something to eat after those crop fields are gone. Sometimes bean fields are gone before season even starts, so could have a decent spot here. Depending on the property line and where I am, I may be making a mock scrape here soon. All right, everyone, I just now gave you a video here. I think I pointed at that red post over there. Well, walked around this entire area and just didn't like the way the private and the public touched each other and folded over there. Really like this ridge line. You know, I'm at the top where the bottom is right there. Got a little bit of a trail right here. A couple small rubs. Like that tree right there is rubbed on the other side of it. So that means they're walking this direction off of private. So what I'm going to do, there's my bag. Right here's where I'm going to put my scrape. I've already moved it out. Looks like a little bit of a trail here too, but I'm going to put a scrape in here and I will show you how I do that. So far, all I've done right now is scrape this ground out, and I've bent this tree limb just a little bit more to get a little bit lower. All right, everyone, I'm here to scrape. Just now showed you. Here's how I make a scrape. First off, the last couple seasons, I've been using this Hodag all season scent pretty religiously. And I'm indifferent about the ropes. You know, that's kind of the thing. And definitely, if you do the ropes, definitely put a knot on the bottom of it. One, because they'll shed like that at the bottom, they'll eventually undo themselves, so that knot will help it. But also, the deer really like to rub on that knot itself, especially the bucks. The bucks do that more than the does, at least on the camera images I have. But I'm out here in public. It wasn't that hard to get in here. I'm a mile, I think 1.2 in here. I'll look at my tracker here in a second. However, it's an easy walk, just took some time. I don't know if I want this hanging, you know, so obvious in case somebody would see it. So something Hodag came out with, which is pretty smart on their end. Business-wise, they're going to sell a lot of these for this reason. The little tassels is what they call them. All it is, exact same rope. It's got a little, it's not really tape. Maybe it's some type of rubber. I don't know what you call that. But either way, it's a small tassel, and they give you a zip tie. I have that in my pocket. What I'll do is I'll put that on the actual limb somewhere. I'll put that scent all over this, and then I'll put a little bit of scent on the ground and just kind of mark the area with that scent. But anyhow, that's how I'm gonna make a scrape. So let's get the scrape started, and then I'll get a camera up. All right, everyone, there's the scrape. The little tassel is in there. I think you can see it maybe. But I showed you the scrape, and then about 20 feet away, I put 2 sticks on a tree, and there's my camera. And it's probably already taken a video of me, so time to put everything back in the bag, and let's get out of here. I see now. There's a couple little fawns with her. Normally you wouldn't be able to walk up on a doe that easily, but that makes sense. I saw the fawns right before she took off. Just out here, really just checking this big flat. You can see it's just a whole flat. Let me zoom out so you can actually see better. It's just a big flat here. A lot of different trees. There's some acorns in here. There's not a lot of oak in here. A lot of shrubbery though. And, you know, just at the bottom on each side, there's a big creek channel. So just checking it out. I actually jumped these deer up right in this general area where I'm standing first. I thought they were gone. I just happened to look over and saw it. So I'm about done with this scouting trip. Got one camera, one scrape hung, and just checking this area out. It's a little bit easier to walk into this spot from the road. So might put something in here, might not. We'll see. All right, everyone, just got out of the woods, and I'm not gonna show you the exact trail in case somebody knows this spot. I'm trying to hide the road too. It's probably a fairly accessible spot, but anyways, it's not far from where I live. Got one camera hung, one mock scrape out. I did see a couple bucks while I was in there. Didn't get those on camera. They was out of there as soon as I saw them. And then I did walk up on a doe and a fawn just a little bit ago, but just wrapped up today. I may be able to get in the woods tomorrow in my other spot where I have 2 cameras. Not getting a lot of action, so I need to move those, make some changes. But if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Got fishing stuff coming, hunting stuff, really anything outdoors I can get, bow shooting, just anything I can get on camera. So I'll see you in the next video.